In this video, I'll show you how to create color wheel and how to understand the color wheel. So stay with me until the end to learn more. Before we talk about understanding the color wheel, I will make first a color wheel here, and I will show you some samples of swatches here of mixed colors of what I have here. Here I pre-wet my paints. I will use Winsor Red from Winsor Professional. From Qor, I will be using Quinacridone Gold, and from Daniel Smith, I will be using French Ultramarine. Okay, so I will be getting some Winsor Red, and I will mix it here in my palette. I will just use like coffee to milk consistency. I will be starting here from the center. I will just wet my brush and add more water. Okay, there. So that's my Winsor Red. I will use my brush and I will get Quinacridone Gold. This is from Qor. And Qor is not selling this color anymore. They changed the color on their high chroma set. But I think you can still get Quinacridone Gold from Daniel Smith and different brands. I will rinse my brush and I will get French Ultramarine. This is from Daniel Smith. So these are the primary colors, the red, the blue, and the yellow. So first, we need to understand what are the primary colors. And for this tutorial, I'm using warm colors of 3 different brands that I have. Okay, as you can see, I skipped some spaces in between because that is where we're going to put the secondary colors, like the mix of the blue and the yellow here, the mix of the red and the blue here, and the mix of the red and yellow here. We are done with the primary colors. We are going to paint. We're going to mix with the 3 colors. So here in my mixing palette, I also put the 3 colors, and there's also space in between them so I can mix the colors between. Okay, now I will start with the red and Quinacridone Gold here. I will mix this red, get red here. I can add more red. I rinse my brush and then I'll get Quinacridone Gold, and this is what I have. Now I have this orangey color. From Quinacridone Gold and Winsor Red. It has too much of gold. I will get more of red. There. I will put it here. So here, and the reason that I skipped one space to put the secondary color there. If you haven't painted a color wheel before, you could do this as exercise, as practice for your brush stroke, and also to get to know your colors that you have. Okay, so that's what I have. Next, I will mix the Quinacridone Gold with the French Ultramarine. So I have the French Ultramarine here. I will just add a little bit more of French Ultramarine. I will add also somewhere here because I will mix it later on with red. Now I will get the Quinacridone Gold here, rinse my brush, and get French Ultramarine. So this is the green that I have, warm green. Okay, so this is my green. So this is the lightest it can get. And the last one here, I will mix French Ultramarine with Winsor red. So I will add more of blue a little bit. Okay, there. And I will add it here. So these are the secondary colors: the orange, the purple, and the green. It's called secondary because you mix two of the primary colors. Okay, so these is the finished color wheel, and then later on I will show you on the right the mixes that I will have with these colors. So here is the finished color wheel. So we have the primary colors: the red, the yellow, and the blue. For this case, it is Winsor red, Quinacridone Gold, and French Ultramarine. For the secondary colors, we have the mix. So I have here the orange, the green, and the purple. So this is what we call the secondary colors. Now, looking to the color wheel, first that you will look at would be the warm and the cool colors. For warm and the cold colors, even though I use all warm colors here, we could still divide this color wheel into warm and cool. Okay, so we would know if this is warm, if that would be the colors of like sunset. So imagine the sunset. So this would be the warm colors: the red, the orange, and the yellow. Now, the cool colors, we will have, imagine the color of the sea and also the leaves. So that will be the green, the blue, and the purple. So again, this would be the warm, and these are the cool. Next, a thing that we will need to understand with the color wheel would be the complementary colors. Complementary colors, they are the colors that are on the opposite of the color wheel. So that would be the red and the green, the orange and the blue, the yellow and the purple. So when you mix them together, it can create brown, it might create black, it might create gray. It depends on the colors that you have or the colors that you are using. The other thing that you will need to look at on the color wheel would be analogous colors. And they are the colors that are sitting next to each other in the color wheel. So that would be the red, orange, and the yellow, or the orange, yellow, and the green. Like the three of them. It can be this, it can be this, it can be this. Next I will show you would be mixing of the colors. 50% of the red or 50% of each of the colors. Okay, so here I prepared some circle that I can fill it in. So I will just use whatever I love in my habit to fill the circles. What I'm going to do here is I will paint half of each of the colors. So here in this circle, I will paint wet on wet. So it means that I'm going to wet the area first before painting them. So I still have some paint on my brush. I will do wet on wet so that it will be easily to disperse the colors than wet on dry. And when you see like I was painting the color wheel, it was kind of difficult to paint the color wheel because the paper was dry. Okay, now I will mix the blue and the gold here to get the green. So this is what I have, and I will add it here, the green, now I will get red on the other side. So basically I will mix the colors on the paper already. So you can see it has green here and red on this side, and I will meet them together on the paper. So you can see the color changed already when I painted red on top of the green. It creates brown. It depends on how much green you will add and also how much red you will add. It might create black, it might create gray. Now on the next circle, I will use orange and the blue. I will put orange here on this side. I'll rinse my brush and I will get the blue here. I added more of orange and blue on each side. I added more color because it's too light, and added orange here. So you can see as I added more color, it changed to gray. It depends on how much orange and how much blue you would like to add. Okay, but I will leave it like that. Next, I will use Quinacridone Gold. I put Quinacridone Gold here. And I will add purple on this side. Okay, and I will mix it here. I will mix the two colors together. And you can see how the colors mix. It creates gray as well. Sometimes it can create brown. It depends on how much you will use and what colors you will mix. So this is how it looks like when you mix two colors or two complementary colors, 50% of each of the colors. So on the next circles that I will do, I will just add a little bit of the other so you can see how it looks like and what will happen. First I will do is I will add red. So I will use red first. I will paint this with Winsor red. And then later I will add just a little bit of green and you will see what will happen. Okay, so I will paint this full red. Okay, anyway, I will just add a little bit of green. So there, just a little bit. I will add a little bit more of red so you would see what will happen. So I have the green here. I will rinse my brush. I will add more green. So here is the green. And if I will mix it together, there. So you can see that the red changed its color to darker red when you add a little bit of green. When you like to have more saturated of the color that you have, especially if it's a primary color, add a little bit amount of the opposite color or the complementary color and it will make the color darker. Okay, so we'll add blue. I will paint blue here and I will add the complementary color. Okay, and then I will add a little bit of orange. This is the blue with a little bit of orange. Next I will have is the Quinacridone Gold. So we'll use Quinacridone Gold here and I will add a little bit of purple. So with this purple, I will just mix it together. Just a little amount. I don't need like too much. Okay, I will add a little bit more. Just a little bit. So this is how it looks like for the Quinacridone Gold when I add a little bit of purple mix. Now, what I will do is I will do the opposite. So I will use green here and then I will add a little bit of red and let's see what will happen. I will add green here. I used to see consistency of green this time. I will add a little bit of Winsor red there. And then I will mix the colors. Just a little bit more of red and I'm mixing on my paper. So in this side, I added a little bit of red. And if you can see that this part is darker than this side. But let's try adding more, a little bit saturated of green. Then let's try to add red. Okay, I will use more saturated green here. Then I rinse my brush I will get a little amount of red. Okay. And I will mix it here and let's see what will happen. Here it is. I will add a little bit more of green and mix it on my paper. So you can see it's not purely green, but it's like a darker green or like olive green or earthy green color, I mean. This time, let's switch it. I will add orange first. I will add orange first here. Then I will add a little bit of blue. So you can see there's a change of orange, and here is the part that I added blue. So it changed the color a little bit. It's a little on the grayish side this time. Now the last one, I will use purple. Okay, now I will add purple first. I will use the consistency of my mix. So that's my purple, and then I will add a little bit of yellow. So here it is, the finished swatches of the complementary colors and how it looks like, and my color wheel. I suggest you do this practice on your own using your favorite primary colors and see what colors you can make and how beautiful the colors that you can create with this exercise. If you like this video, tap the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to my channel, and I recommend watching this next video about creating color wheel.